Hey guys, what's up? Ruben here from the Midnight Garage. So today we are going to talk a bit about my new Toyota Sera. If you watched the previous video, you know we picked it up. We had some alternator issues, but I didn't really talk about it, so we're going to do that now. Right, so first up, I'm moving currently, so most likely next week I will have a little less videos than usually. And most people complain anyways that I make too many videos, so probably that's good, but just so you know. The first thing most people will say when they see the doors is like, oh, it's like a McLaren F1. Well, actually, it's the other way around. A McLaren F1 is like a Toyota Sera. And the story apparently goes that Gordon Murray went from home to work every day, and every day he saw a nice little Toyota Sera in the UK. And every day he looked at the doors and was like, wow, that's fucking awesome. We need to build that in the McLaren F1. So one day they actually borrowed a Toyota Sera and they took it to the workshop and they kinda copied the design. And that's what we now have in the McLaren F1, which personally I think is really, really cool. Let's get that out of the way. Literally. So, butterfly doors, pretty damn cool. You can easily get in the car now because usually the door stops here and you have to put your head behind it, but now you have all this extra space. You can just easily sit in it, so if you're kind of tall, it's great. You can just grab the door. Perfect. And once you're inside, oh, so much room. It's really, really cool. I really like the fact that the window sweeps up and you have like this massive view. If you drive at night, you can see the stars. It's really, really cool. Opening the door is also pretty easy. You just have to use your elbow a little bit to push it up. And then you push it up like this. And you can easily get out. Right, so a quick summary for those who aren't familiar with the Toyota Sera, which I'm guessing is most people since it's only sold in Japan. I think most people know the word Sera from this song. Sera, Sera. But yeah, it's French and it means will be. And that's actually really important for a Toyota Sera because what Toyota wanted when they brought out this model was to showcase how cars will be in the future. Well, with the exception of the doors, I think they're mostly correct. If you're looking at the car, you don't know it, you would probably place it somewhere in the late 90s Japanese car. And personally, I can't say I'm a big fan of that because I'm not a fan of late 90s Japanese cars. But they pretty much, for a car that's been designed in the 80s and sold in 1990 till 1995, I think they were pretty on par with how the future looks. And the same can be said for the interior. You can see lots of round sweeping lines all the way in the interior from a time where most of the interiors, especially from Japanese cars, were kind of boxy. So credit where credit's due. One thing, however, they were absolutely 100% correct on were projector headlights. The Toyota Sera is the very first model ever to get projector headlights, and nowadays you see them pretty much in any car. The tail lights, by the way, are one-piece design, and it kind of reminds me of EF Honda Civics, which is a really good thing because everybody probably knows that I'm a really big fan of EF Honda Civics. And what I really like is the fact that it has this black garnish, but the way they cross this over into the tail lights is with a decal, and here you can see it has like this really tiny fade that goes from black all the way into red, and I think that's really, really cool. Right, now that you're a bit up to speed about Toyota Seras, let's just talk about this model in particular. Well, my car in particular is in reasonably bad shape. I knew that when I bought it, so no harm done. For example, it's got some nice rust patches here. It's got a dent here in the front hood, and the bumper is slightly offsetted a bit. It's got even more rust here. And a large rust patch here, and if you can look at the bondo, I'll zoom in a little bit. Ooh. Not very happy about that, but whatever. Even more rust, spoiler's a bit faded, and I think, I'm not really sure, but I think it's been redone here somewhere. I'm not really sure if you translate it well in camera, but there's some shapes here, and I kind of think that this has been bonded up a little bit as well, but not 100% sure. So if this was, for example, a Toyota Starlet or something, I would not have bothered buying it and would have bought a better example. But this is a very rare car. I think less than 15,000 were made in total. So I figured it's worth it. I'm gonna restore it and hopefully it's gonna look nice and fresh once it's done. Fortunately for me, the engine is still in really good shape. It's a 1.5 model with 110 horsepower. Unfortunately, it's an automatic one, so most likely I'm going to convert that to a manual. Fortunately for me, this is a car that's based on the same platform as the Toyota Paseo and the Toyota Starlet, so I can easily get parts. Not sure if I'm going to do it, but it might just happen. It has new timing belt, it has new plugs, it has a new battery, and well, the alternator is broken, so I'm going to fix that, but I've already told you that. And suspension wise, it got new disc brakes all around and new pads, so basically underneath the car is pretty solid. Interior wise, some good stuff. It has the original cup holders, which are apparently kind of rare. And as you can see by these really weird randomly mounted speakers, that's the SLS-S system, or the Super Live Sound System. Now, unfortunately for me, the SLS-S system is not complete in the car. I hoped it was complete, but once I took a closer look, it is not, unfortunately. So the SLS-S sound system is supposed to have 10 speakers, 5 in the front, 5 in the back. And on the parcel shelf, it's supposed to have a nice box here with a couple of speakers in it. And those speakers could rotate and move around depending on the type of audio you were listening. And personally, I think that's really fucking cool, but apparently one of the previous owners thought that was really crappy, and the only way to improve that was to put random normal gay ass speakers in it. So I don't have that anymore, and I need to look up if I can find a set of that, and probably if I can find it, it won't be cheap. It also was supposed to have a subwoofer down here, but nope, that's gone as well. Another bad point of the car is that the floor mats are missing. As you can see, it has this really funky design. It has Sera written on the center there, and it was supposed to have the same floor mats on the front, but they're gone. Now, personally, I like the beige interior, so I don't really care, but having those funky floor mats in the front would make it look better. So I'm probably going to look for those as well. So yeah, guys, there you have it. Toyota Sera. Like I said, I'm probably going to paint it, I'm going to lower it. I'm not going to do that much with it other than that, because I think a car like this should be kept stock, in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of the Toyota Sera in the future. And then hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.